So how's it going, everybody? I'm here today testing out the advanced timing key from Joe Henner of Henner Motorsports, if you don't know about that. Joe Henner is one of the only guys doing modifications for any of the CHYNA bikes, be it SSR, be it GPX, my Kayo, the Orions, excuse me. If you beg him, I think he'll still work on the Hawks. So what he got for me is in the flywheel there is a keyway that aligns it with the crankshaft. And what an advanced timing key does is moves that positioning on the flywheel, because the timing is based off of that a position on the flywheel. So it moves it forward. Each bike is different, the degree that Joe will build a key for. So don't think that they're all just 4, 6, 8. They're not all the same. You need to contact Joe and get with him about your bike and what kind of advance it gives. So anyways, what this does on an engineering standpoint is it brings your piston a little bit further towards when the spark actually happens and the compression. So it makes a little bit more compression, and it burns the fuel more efficiently because it's more atomized and compressed. So you get a really strong push on the piston coming back down. They design a little bit of free play in the bikes just to make them more reliable, more dependable. I don't even know why, to be honest. They don't make them all the way advanced on the timing. And you have a certain amount. A lot of times it's like 10 or 12 degrees even. So Joe got me a key. I've got a video on how to install it for you if you're interested, for this K6-R 250. And today what I'm testing is how it feels on the track, what it does to the bike, this particular bike. Every bike's going to be a little bit different. So this particular bike, it kind of had a lag. I wouldn't call it a lag, but it didn't wind up very quick as compared to the Japanese and the Austrian bikes. I'm not saying that it's not bad. It's just not as much as those manufacturers and what they put out. So advancing that timing makes the revs and spins the motor up quicker. So when you're coming out of a corner, or if you're quick throttle to get a little blip off a jump or something like that, or to skim whoops to get that first one, you need to get that little hit, the little quick throttle response. So now I can really notice it. It is a big improvement in that factor. Also, 4-stroke engines have what they call engine braking. So when you let off the throttle, the engine itself is going through 4 strokes of the piston going up and down and making compression, and it puts resistance. So the engine is kind of quote unquote braking for you already. On the CHYNA bikes and the Austrian bikes, they've got those things going to where they spin more freely, and they have less of that engine braking effect where it dives in the front when you go into a corner. When you're off throttle, this Kayo kind of does that in stock form. As a side benefit for doing this advanced timing key, it's negated that a lot. So it brings up the revs a little bit, which is good. You know, no problem with that. I probably had my idle down low just because it's what I do. So the idle went from, I had it at 15 and now it's around 18, just doing nothing other than that. I haven't messed with the carburetor. I just put in the timing flywheel key, and it brought up the revs just even as idling that additional amount. And that helps with it helps fight against that that braking effect, that engine braking effect when you dive into a corner. So you're going to see riding today. This is not my favorite track. It's kind of in my head already. I got hurt here coming up short on a double, and so I kind of ride this track a little bit more conservatively than I do the sand track that you see me, or at Chad Reed's Moto 40, the intermediate track. I ride those two the best. This one is just happens to be the closest to my house, and with gas prices being what they are, I just don't see the point of driving like 2.5 hours one way. So 4 hours round trip just to go riding. This is much closer to my house. So the riding video that I will put in here, the B-roll if you will, you'll see I screw up some corners, but pay attention to how I come out of the corners. Even if I'm a little squirrely, you should be able to notice that the revs are way higher, that it's really coming on a lot stronger coming out of the corners, out of the apexes and coming out. Even if I mess up the corner, it still has like really good rev and really good pull, where it's a big improvement than before. I'm not saying it was bad before, but it had more of a roll on, and now it has like more of a hit kind of. So overall, what you get, to sum it all up, you get more compression, which gives you a little bit more power. Maybe just, I don't know, I'll throw something out there. Just, this is an example. This is not dynoed. But let's just say it gives you an extra 2 horsepower. But it's giving you that throughout the whole range from top to bottom. This bike already has a broad power band, and it delivers it almost like, it comes on very easy like an electric bike. So whenever you throttle, you've got power, and if you get a little bit of any kind of bog, you just tap your clutch and you're right back in it. So it's very good power. But with the advanced timing key, it revs even quicker. So it brings it's kind of a medium in between where I was and the Japanese and the Austrian bikes. It's not quite up there with them. Some of those guys can rev like 13,000 RPM. They really go. The highest I've seen on my bike is like 11 something, but that has to do with how you ride also. I'm not the best, you know, I've never come on here and said I'm a pro rider. So all you guys who sometimes bang me in the comments, hey man, I'm 56 years old and I'm not looking to get hurt. So that's the honest truth of that. But again, like I said, you'll see riding video on here today. Kind of pay attention to how I come out of corners, and maybe how I blip the throttle going up jump faces or something. Maybe there's also some rollers. But yeah, it's definitely a big improvement. If you have one of these K6Rs or a K6-R EFI, contact Joe. He should be able to hook you up with this no problem. And, you know, they're not going to be that expensive. You'll spend more buying the flywheel puller than Joe will charge you for the key itself. And it's definitely worth it. So, again, guys, get with Joe Henner, Joe Henner Motorsports. If you're in my Facebook group, the K6R and K6 EFI owners group, just look for Joe in the comments, and you can Facebook message him. He also has his own Henner Motorsports page. You can message him from there on Facebook. And also Zongshin Parts USA is another Facebook group that Joe runs, and you can message him through that. He likes to get Messenger the best, so that's the best way to reach him. And I'm going to get off of here and go ride some more. And I think I'm going to show you guys the track too. Some people maybe only see it, you know, I give you a first-person view with a GoPro, but you don't get to see the sides that much. So I think I'm going to show a little bit of that today too. All right, catch you next time. Peace out. So hey gang, I hope you could see in that video there that, you know, the bike can hang with other bikes, the Japanese bikes. A lot of that is my abilities. My abilities are not as good as a lot of these guys out here. And, you know, I'm not going to send it on those real big ones. So, anyways, I'm going to try to edit this all down and get you some good stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. And, yeah, again, let me just say, big thumbs up to Joe Henner and the advanced timing flywheel key.